Welcome to part 2 of the production breakdown series of the 22 Aqua 55 EP. So this is Void Bish, FKA Caught Up. I actually changed the name of this very last minute as I was literally uploading it to put it on streaming, but it was originally called Caught Up for the whole time. But Void Bish just, that name came to me very quick, very suddenly, just as I was gonna be like, upload. So this track I actually made as a backstory. I made this sitting on a bed in LA, on the bed I was staying in. And I just had a keyboard on the bed, and I think I was in the middle of, it was smack bang in my Saturn return. If you don't know your Saturn return, it's between the ages of 27 to 30. We often go through big life shit. It can be hard, it can be testing, but it's, it matures you. That's why you find a lot of people, that transition from 27 to 30, you're like, I don't want to go out as much anymore. You just turn a bit more granny granddad vibes. Anyway, I digress. So I was in LA at that time, not having the best time, to be honest. And yeah, this track came, the synth first. I'm clicking on the wrong thing, I think. Yeah, so the synth came first, very simple, just repeated all the way throughout, but it was such a, because I kind of changed it, even though it's just 3 notes, well, maybe more, but it's centered around those 2 notes, pretty much. Anyway, I can't obviously sing my own song. And, yeah, so it just began with that, and I remember I was just playing that over and over. I wasn't singing to it or anything. I was just in it, I was feeling it. And I didn't really know what drums would go with that, because it was just sort of its own little rhythm, just doing its own little thing. I was like, do I make it like a 4 to the floor? Maybe it's a bit slow, something more sexy. I just didn't know. But the drums eventually came. I couldn't tell you if it was the same time. Let's get rid of these. Rid of these vocals. So I went for the 4 to the floor. Just very simple. Because the synth is doing all the rhythm work, really. I feel like if it was just that all the way through, it could carry it, Damn it, I should have just left it like that. But no, I did. By the way, I'm just going through this as I'm talking to you. I did make some notes to try and remember, but this is, I haven't looked at it for a very long time. So, it's just simple. It's simple to the point. And really, really the point of this song was the vocals, in a way, vocals and groove. So there's not actually loads for me to show you, because it's pretty self-explanatory. There's these little ear candy bits here and there. But the vocals really, I wrote those over. The main bulk of it was probably written in LA. And it was really just about, all those voices that come when you're in that really dark night of the soul. It's like I knew I was just being fucking whipped into shape, by something. And it just came into my mind as this kind of not like a dominatrix woman. Kind of, but from the underworld, there's a lot of mythology, related to the underworld that many of you might know, some of you might not, but, you have Hades as the typical, kind of Greek god that rules the underworld. Pluto and astrology is very related to that. You have the story of Inanna, who, you know, she went down, she was stripped down raw, and then she comes back up reborn. I might have got all of that wrong, but but you know, I was kind of, and there's another part to that story as well, is Ereshkigal. I think she's the sister of Inanna. I could have got this wrong. I don't want to get this wrong, because there's some of you out there that really know this stuff. But it was kind of, she was the one that, I guess, it was that energy that was coming in with how I was writing the lyrics, you know. And that's, I think, why the title Void Bish came after, because she's the, you know, she's that boss in that void space that's there to kind of make sure that you're, you know, you're reaping the lessons that you should. So it was that, you know what I mean, like she's whipping into shape. Ain't no signal, there's no sign. Take the poison. Even if it hurts, even if it kills. So the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, whatever experience you're going through that's really hard, just go into it. Like, just go as deep as you can, because then you're going to come out quicker. The more you resist it, the more you resist that poison, you know, it's, and you resist the part of you that it's trying to get rid of, you know, whether that's you need to leave somewhere, you need to leave a job, or you need to move, or, and you're just resisting, like making those changes, you know, the poison will just get more. That character, that, you know, dominatrix character, let's say, of the void will come in. She'll keep whipping you. Sorry, I'm listening back because I feel like production wise, there's, you know, as I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. I would rather explain more of the, you know, what this is about lyrically. And I mean, that's self-explanatory. I'll be fine as long as I don't get caught up. The point of that is, yes, we should dive in. You know, it's that paradox, like dive into whatever is happening in your life that's really difficult. Like, ask it, what have I got to learn from this? Like, show me the lesson. I'm here, I'm the student. Obviously there's something for me to learn. But there's that discernment where you don't want to get caught up in it. You don't want to get too dragged down by it. You know, it's training your senses to be like, okay, enough now. It's time to move on to the next thing. Let's not wallow in victim and pity mode, which many people stay in for their whole lives, you know. So I guess, again, this track, while it's maybe more simple, you know, it's not, there's not loads happening. I would say from a kind of meaning perspective, this probably carries the most weight of all the tracks on the EP. And yeah, again, it's a prayer. I wanted, you know, it was a prayer to myself. It was a prayer. I know that I'm going to be going through this. I know the next few years are probably not going to be that easy, but I'm here. Whip me into shape, you know? And I truly believe that's why I've come out the other side feeling like a completely different person, in the sense of, you know, my self-worth, my strength, my ability to process life just feels so much more conscious, because I allowed myself to be strip searched, you know. So that's all I hope with this song. Obviously I want you to vibe and enjoy it, but now you have another layer. And it can be a prayer. It can be a prayer for you as well. And whatever you're going through, I really wasn't expecting this breakdown to go this way, but here we are, guys. Just trying to think if there were any other juicy little bits I can say, because some of you are probably here for the production tips. Yeah, honestly, it was simple, you know. My logic is just playing up at the moment, so I can't show you what I did with the plugins, which, oh, they're frozen. I'm not gonna mess with it, but yeah, I was using things like Crystallizer, Sound Shifter, just, you know, I always love to bring in those ethereal sounds. So a lot of these, yeah, this is from Arturia. I used a lot of Arturia synths on this EP, which is really cool, but I think it's expired, I think. So I don't know what the synth quartet is. Maybe it was a sample. I couldn't tell you. This was so long ago that I made this now. Anything else? Well, again, I've really enjoyed in recent tracks just reversing vocals that have gone through the Valhalla shimmer. Because that tail, the tail that it leaves, the reverb tail, just, oh, it's just perfect. It's so perfect for that transition, as well as bringing that really organic feel, you know, as opposed to a cymbal that's just a bit, okay, we've done this before. The vocals just bring that, whatever you would like to call that. So yeah, loves, I think that's about it with this one. What happens at the end? I mean, I don't know if I soloed the drums. Again, just simple. I didn't go in hard with this one. I know on Multiverse I went in pretty full on, but this one was just, you know. So thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something from this, and oh yeah, I have to talk about that. I have to talk about that one. Oh yeah, that was probably my favourite vocal to sing in this whole thing. Oh, what did I use? Oh yeah, I wish, oh maybe this will work actually. I can actually just show you what this sounds like. What are we doing for time? Okay, cool. Oh, it's just a doubler. Sometimes I really love on the doubler to use the Gershwin. Which one is it? I think it's the Gershwin, Make It Wide. I'm not gonna do it now, well, because I don't know how it's gonna sound. No, it's not that one. Oh no, it's not that, it's Hoobly, it's Hogarth Doobly. It just puts it in the back. It won't, the reason I didn't want to do it on this is because it needs to be more of a raw vocal for you to hear the effect, but yeah. If you have waves, I really recommend using all the doubler presets because there's pretty cool ones. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's chaos. And I love you. And we'll speak, well, in part 3, which will be Celestia, I believe. So yeah, back soon. Love you. Boy.